Hey, what's up, furniture nerds? Welcome to another episode of Flat Packs Exposed, the review series, brought to you by Prime Spaces.
Hey, what's up, furniture nerds? I just unboxed all the pieces to this metal platform bed with leather upholstery on the headboard and footboard, and there are quite a few pieces. Now the thing is, they may look like there's a lot of pieces, but a lot of them are similar pieces. So you can see the ones here on the right hand side of everything. These are going to be the metal slats that go across the bed. Same thing here, these are the two metal frames that's going to basically build and be the frame. And then you can see that there are similar pieces, some of which are the same numbered, like these are both number 7, but these look similar, but this one is 12 and this one is 11, right? So there's a really good chance that these two pieces, although they're different parts, they look the same, so they're going to probably be used during the same steps. So start to think of organizing them in that manner. These 4 metal slabs that go across this way, same thing with these 2 pieces right here, these metal pieces, so on and so forth. One thing I want to show off though is the leather upholstery, right? So these are the headboard. Right here is the headboard. This right here is the footboard, and so you get a quick look as to how the leather looks. Right, so it is soft, it looks nice, so far so good. And then over here, these 3 boards right here are going to make up the headboard. So you can see the LED strip is already pre-installed, which is a major plus. Sometimes these beds and sometimes these TV stands that have LED lights, you know, they make you attach them yourselves in some cases, but this one is already pre-installed. You can see that this is going to be the part that connects to an adapter and then eventually into the wall. And this part right here is the USB and the 3-prong outlets, right? So these are going to go into the headboard. So you can see the shape here. Most likely going to go into this part right here. Quick look at the instruction manual. You can see out the gates, as soon as you open it, here's a blown up version of all the parts and how they're going to go and be oriented. And then they have a parts list. So this is like inventory, so you can do part by part just to make sure you have everything before you get started. Here's some blown up versions of the hardware, and then it gets right into the assembly. So one thing I can tell out the gates that I like about the assembly is that they don't jam pack too much into one step. So this is step number 1. This is attaching the power strip, and you can see that they have this blown up sort of version of this part right here. So this allows you to kind of get a good orientation or see how things are supposed to be oriented with certain parts of the assembly. And again, here's another example of a corner where we're going to be adding on one of the metal sides, and you can see exactly how it's oriented by the way that it's blown up. It comes with a ratchet Allen key right here, so if you don't have your own tools, you can use this to do the assembly. And then here is the hardware pack. You can see that everything is individually packaged. Here are the spare parts on the side here, but everything else is labeled, right? So you don't have to do any organizing yourself, so you can see exactly what you need in the assembly and keep it moving. Also, something you can see in the instruction manual, they'll tell you the part number that is needed for that particular step and the quantity. So it's part number B, and you need 4 of these for this particular step. And here's a remote control for the LED lights, and then here is the adapter. So I do have my work cut out for me. This is probably going to take me maybe a couple of hours to put together. Everything looks good so far, but I'm going to show you the finished product in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, what's up, furniture nerds? Doing a quick review for this metal platform bed with leather upholstered footboard and headboard. And my initial reaction after doing the assembly is that this bed is awesome. It just has such a really classic look to it. The headboard is really nice. So here's a quick look at the upholstery for the headboard. You can see that the leather is very shiny. Yeah, it just looks like a very high quality bed overall. Here's the metal frame as it goes throughout the entire bed. One major advantage to this bed is because of the metal frame, right? You're not dealing with wood being the structure. Over time, you know, wood could crack, wood could break, and you're just not going to experience that with this bed. Now, right above the leather upholstered headboard is this shelf right here, and on the shelf it has your 2 3-prong outlets And then it also has 2 USB cords, right? So you can see it's right there in the center of the headboard. Very easy to access and just a very nice feature to this bed. And then you have the top shelf that is more for display type storage, where this one is a little bit more private, right? So you have 2 storage shelves right here on your headboard. Now here's a quick look at the metal frame. Again, it is 100% metal, and so yeah, it's really built to last. Now, one really cool feature about this bed is you can see that this metal part that's going straight down the center of the bed, you can see that it has this padding or this foam pad right here, and what that does is it absorbs, right, the sound that the metal would make on this metal if this was not here, right? So, at night when you're sleeping, you're not going to be hearing a bunch of clinging or anything like that. The bed should be silent. And here is the footboard, which matches the headboard. Again, really high quality, really nice looking bed overall. Now this bed does have an LED light on the bottom of that top shelf, and it requires an adapter, which I don't have right now. Now, as for the assembly, here is the hardware pack. As you can see here, everything was individually packaged and organized. So, as I was going through the assembly steps, all I was doing was just grabbing the hardware parts that I needed, and I kept it moving, right? And here are the spare parts in case anything may become missing, which it doesn't look like it should, but again, you never know what might happen during the assembly. So here are the spare parts. And it also comes with this ratchet Allen key right here for you to use during the assembly. I did use my own drill, which definitely helped to expedite the process. Here is the remote control for the LED light, and this little instruction form just shows you exactly what each of the buttons does. Now here's the instruction manual. On the very first page, you can see this exploded drawing, so you can kind of get an idea of where all the parts are going to go. And then right next to it is just the parts list, so in case you want to take like an inventory check or something like that before you start the assembly. But yeah, everything is kind of blown up and labeled. Now, one of the things I like about the instruction manual, well, for one, they don't jam pack too many steps into one. As you can see here, this is a very simple step. They use that as step one. They're not adding a bunch of other steps in here to add any confusion to the process. Another thing that I like about the instruction manual is that they use these kind of blown up illustrations to show you the proper orientation of the parts that are being assembled at the time. So this is kind of the bird's eye view, and then this one kind of zooms in so you can see the part numbers, things of that nature. And in the corner here, it shows you the hardware part that you're going to be using, and it tells you the quantity. So for example, this is F, and you're going to get 2, right? So all you would do is you go to the manual, you see where F was, which was right here, and you grab the 2 that was there, and you use it during that step. Now the assembly process took me right about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, but I did use a drill, which definitely helped to expedite the process. But again, it did come with its own tool for you to use, and if you're going to use that tool, it'll probably take you a little bit longer than that. But either way, you should be able to get it together pretty easily. But overall, I really like this bed. It's got a really classic look. It's got the kind of luxury sort of feel to it with the leather upholstery. It's got storage shelves on the top. It's got a metal frame, so it's built to last. I definitely recommend this bed. Go ahead and check it out, and I'll see you on the next review.